What is up, people? SmackDown's #1 fan, Chase Oliver here, bringing you what seems like an eternity, a SmackDown review. Not just any SmackDown review, a SmackDown Live review. You know, it's kind of funny because, I call live reviews and titles. Well, WWE's doing my job. They're letting me just say SmackDown Live. It's easy for me. I don't have to think about it all that much. But it's time to review SmackDown Live. Obviously, if you are new to wrestling, you just got into it because of the WWE draft. SmackDown is now live on Tuesday nights. It used to be a tape show, happened on Thursdays, then moved to Fridays, then moved back to Thursdays. But now it's live. And now it's time to talk about SmackDown Live, the second episode of SmackDown Live in succession. It's time to talk about the show as a whole. As you guys know, if you watch my live reviews, when it comes down to the weekly shows, it goes from least important to the most important stuff to talk about because, let's face it, let's get the least crappy stuff out of the way, and then we can talk about more of the other stuff. Overall, though, SmackDown Live, not as good as WWE Raw Monday. Not as good as WWE Raw. Let's be real here when we see it. You know, I'm the #1 SmackDown fan, but SmackDown wasn't as good as Raw. But was it a bad episode? I don't think so. I don't think SmackDown was a bad episode. Decent at best. A decent debut. You know, with SmackDown, one of the things I want to talk about is the intro music and the stage. Raw's stage felt like a big deal. Raw's setup, you know, just the presentation of Monday Night Raw on Monday was just so much better. It looked nicer. The stage looked nicer. SmackDown, it didn't look like it improved at all. You know, the intro, it gave me a cock tease. You know what the intro did? I saw the giant SmackDown fist. I thought that was going to be on the stage. I thought they were going to show me the stage and show me a giant fist hanging from the ceiling or something. No, I didn't see shit. I didn't see anything whatsoever. The SmackDown fist did not freaking make an appearance whatsoever. It was just kind of like they showed us that just to say, like, hey, SmackDown's known for this. The intro song was okay, not as good as Raw's. And then the stage itself, it's like you can see they changed it up. But unless you really pay attention to that kind of stuff, you can't tell a difference. This stage is just pretty much a bunch of blue and black type of stuff. Like it's zigzagging. It's like someone just made like a metallic, stage. It doesn't look good. I think SmackDown needs to work on that a little bit. Needs to get a better stage, to be honest. But other than that, I like the new logo. I think the new logo's tight. Nothing to complain about the SmackDown Live logo. Looks clean, looks fresh, looks fine. So anyways, let's talk about the least important stuff, and then we'll go to the most important stuff. So Heath Slater, obviously, if you guys don't know, went undrafted. I was hoping for more funny and comedy from Heath Slater, but instead Heath Slater is able to get backstage permission and enter the ring and bitch and moan about how he didn't get drafted. This leads to Shane coming out. Heath Slater's like, you should know my resume. It's on the network for $9.99. Good network plug. That was actually a good network plug. And then Shane's all like, you know what? I think I am looking at the hottest free agent. And then Heath Slater's like, yeah, so put me in the main event and make it a 7-pack. And then later on, Heath Slater turns around, gets gored by Rhino. So Rhino is back on SmackDown. Yippee. Yay. Should I be excited for Rhino? What could Rhino really bring to the table on the SmackDown side of things? When I look at with Rhino and what he could possibly do on the SmackDown side of things, I think it's so little. I think, honestly, Rhino would have fit better if he went to Raw. I think Rhino is more of a Raw superstar when I look at him. I feel like if I look at the Raw roster, Rhino fits so much better with the Raw roster than the SmackDown roster. I don't know. I just feel Rhino on SmackDown, it's kind of like, whatever. It's not going to bring anything different. Then we move on, and after the first match of the night, we got like a little video package, and that's for Shelton motherfucking Benjamin. Oh my God. Shelton B. Ain't no stopping me. No, you can't rock with me. Oh, Shelton Benjamin's back, baby. Super excited about that. Shelton Benjamin will be coming to SmackDown Live. Happy for Shelton Benjamin. I think he's perfect with this SmackDown roster. I think, there's a bunch of tag team possibilities with Shelton Benjamin. I think there's a lot you can do with Shelton Benjamin as a mid-card singles guy for that for that company. I really like what WWE is doing, bringing back Shelton Benjamin. And he's not the only guy that may be coming back. You know, there's reports that they send out contracts to Molina, out of all people in the world, MVP, Steven Richards, and a bunch of other dudes. So we may be seeing more old school returning superstars in the near future. But after that, American Alpha, they're going to debut next week. So I was hoping to see American Alpha this week. I was just hoping to hear brown, 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 I was all excited for that shit, but we didn't get it. They're going to debut next week, so it is what it is. Before I get on to the more important stuff, let's talk about the commentary team of JBL, Mauro Ranallo, and David Otunga. First off, David Otunga sounds nothing like at all like him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's trying to do as a voice, but he sounds nothing like him. I was like, who is this third guy? Like, I'm going to be honest here. Everyone jizzes over Mauro Ranallo and says, oh, Mauro's amazing. I thought David Otunga was really good last night, but just getting cut off by JBL. And there were some points where I was actually like, wow, Otunga's pretty good on commentary. And then JBL, like he is, would cut him off and say something stupid. You know, I think Mauro Ranallo's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Mauro Ranallo's bad at all. But it's always so funny when everyone just jizzes over him and stuff like that. I feel Mauro Ranallo sometimes he just needs to calm down and not always have to tell me what's going on. I mean, you have someone else to help you tell the story more. That's what Mauro Ranallo needs to do, is just have the other person tell a story. And I feel like David Otunga, even though I feel like I don't know what the fuck he's doing with his voice because it doesn't sound like him whatsoever, I thought he was doing a good job. I was like, who is this guy? And then I had to remind myself it's David Otunga. And the reason why I say it doesn't sound like David Otunga's voice is because I've seen David Otunga do like the WWE pre-shows and stuff like that. He always talks like in his Harvard accent. Here, he was like talking like in some weird, like he's Joe Rogan or if he's like some different announcer accent. I didn't know. I liked David Otunga. I thought he was really good on commentary. In my personal opinion, I don't know if you guys agree with that. Not to say Mauro Ranallo is bad. He just needs to let other people shine. But oh my god, dude, you would think a change like this would be good for JBL. Like you were like, oh man, this would be good for JBL. He just sucked. He did nothing. He brought nothing to the fucking table. JBL literally was just a waste of our time. Like seriously, he brought nothing for me. I was sitting there like, god damn, you did nothing this whole show. So really, to be honest here, JBL, man, he needs to go. He honestly needs to go. Man, like he's just such a bumbling idiot. He just does nothing for the fucking like company as a whole, man. I'm just tired of this guy just like bringing nothing to the table, man. You think out of anyone that you watch, this guy, JBL, he should be the one. He should be the one that brings something to the table. He should be the one that's the benchmark of like, oh, this is what you want out as a heel commentator in today's current wrestling. No, dude, he sucks. I don't know why the hell this guy is freaking has a job still. It's just annoying as hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I went on the little why the fuck does JBL have a job rant, but I don't get it. I honestly do not get it. It's just like this guy brings nothing to the table. Just nothing. Anyways, guys, thank you all for being in here for the SmackDown Live review. A day late, but nonetheless, I see my boy Angry Mark Weston, Smash Phoenix, Straight Shooter, and Joe James here. Make sure you guys are sharing this on Twitter if you guys have a tweeter, and make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up, and then hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and if you're on the archive, make sure you comment down below. It's now time to talk about some of the important stuff on SmackDown. Obviously, we're not going to talk about the world title situation because that's the most important thing. Let's talk about the women's division on SmackDown. Now, the thing is with the women's division is, of course, everyone's big question mark. Are they going to bring a new championship to the fold? You know, I don't know if they're going to bring a new championship, but I liked what SmackDown did with their women's division. And by doing this, where they were like, hey, you know what? We got to show people. We got to show people that we have a women's division too. We don't want people to forget that SmackDown doesn't have a women's division. No. Raw's not the only one with the women's division. Even though they have the women's title, we also have a women's division as well. So let's show people our women. Let's show people what we bring to the table. And I like that. And so you had Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Becky Lynch wins, which I don't know why she lost on Sunday if she won on Tuesday, but okay, whatever. And then you move on forward, and she's going to cut in promo how she's happy and she's looking to move on forward in the women's division. Out comes Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss cuts a so decent promo. Then comes Carmella, who did not steal any charisma from Enzo or Cass and was just kind of bleh and boring. And then comes, God damn, whoever thought of this is a fucking genius. The beautiful, the glory, the amazing, the freaking Eva Marie comes out, man. Oh my God. I don't know who thought of this. I don't know who thought this was a great idea, but they're amazing. I love this person because Eva Marie the little narration over her, like her Titantron and everything, that shit was smart as hell. Because here's the thing, one of the things is Eva Marie, she has instant heat because she sucks in the ring. No one likes this woman. I like Eva Marie. I don't know about you guys, but I like Eva Marie just because I feel like she can bring some great things to this company if she does well. And Eva Marie just is hated by everyone for the most part. And so I like what WWE's trying to do in making it also a way to tangibly hate her. See, people like, let's face it, hardcore wrestling fans already hate her a lot. But you got to give other reasons besides, oh, she sucks in the ring. Well, one of the things why we hate her is because she's so damn beautiful. One of the things why we hate her, she's so damn gorgeous. One of the things why we hate her is the fact that she is probably the best looking woman in the WWE. Look, next to Lana, I'm sorry, Eva Marie is freaking gorgeous. Eva Marie is fucking gorgeous. I don't care what anyone says. If you don't think Eva Marie's a gorgeous chick, I don't know what you're thinking. Eva Marie is gorgeous. This girl is gorgeous. You would be a fool if you did not have if you were held any company, brand, or business, and you could shove that woman on your screen, you would. You would shove Eva Marie on that screen because she is that damn good looking. And so, Eva Marie coming out like that, they gave you tangible reasons to hate her. Not just the fact that, oh, she sucks in the ring. They gave her tangible reasons to hate her. So that's why I love that entrance. I feel WWE did a good job. And I liked the segment as a whole because they gave you a reason to care about the SmackDown's women's division. They gave you a reason to say, hey, let's not sleep on the SmackDown women's division. This division is important too. What up, Gaybell in the chat? We also have Brett Bullet 101 who says, fire JBL. Yeah, let's fire him. I would be fine with that, man. That would be the greatest thing on earth. I'd be all happy. I'd be like, Michael. I mean, the only thing I'll miss is just some stupid stuff that you can quote JBL on. And, you know. So, yeah. Now, anyways. Moving on to Miz TV with the former world champion. So the Miz had Miz TV, wanted a former world champion, and he brought in himself. Okay, so the Miz interviews himself for a little bit, but then out comes Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton shows improving mic skills still and keeps on talking. And I'm just wondering, where were these Randy Orton mic skills his whole career? You realize if Randy Orton had these mic skills, that he would actually be the top guy, not John Cena. Golly, man, his mic skills have been massively improved. Good for Randy, man. Good for Randy. But this leads to Randy Orton, you know, Miz doing what Jericho did, saying, oh, you're going to get destroyed by Lesnar. Randy Orton takes one RKO to go to Viperville. Randy Orton says that but my match with Lesnar does not have to be my first match back. How about I wrestle you? Miz says no. Randy says yes. Randy's Breakfast Club rules, bitches. Miz versus Randy Orton. In a so-so match, Randy Orton wins, beats the Intercontinental Champion after hitting 2 RKOs. 1, 2, 3, Randy's back. Randy kind of did look a little slow in the ring. You know, obviously he hasn't wrestled in 9 months. But, you know, The Miz is the perfect opponent for that because The Miz kind of wrestles a slower style. So I understand why they gave Randy Orton The Miz. Like, do I feel like The Miz should have won on the first SmackDown Live to kind of put over the IC Championship? Yeah. But really, to be honest here, Raw didn't put over their U.S. champion 2 nights ago. They didn't put over Rusev. Rusev got pinned by Finn Balor. So, you know, I saw people bitching how the IC champion should have looked stronger, yet no one called that out on the Raw side of things that the U.S. championship should have looked stronger. No. They were happy with it. Maybe because one of their favorites pinned. I don't know how it works around here. I thought Randy Orton was entering favoritism in the IWC because of the RKO out of nowhere memes and all that other stuff. But hey, who am I to judge? I can't figure out the IWC half the time. Neither can you. They're like a mystery goat. You can't figure out what these people are thinking. But when it comes down to it, you know, Randy had to get the win. He's facing Brock Lesnar at the WWE Summerfest coming up. So he had to win here. It sucks that The Miz couldn't win this match. But when it comes down to it, you know, The Miz is the only one that could have wrestled with a returning Randy Orton at this moment of time. There was no one else that could have wrestled with the returning Randy Orton. So, yeah. Miz was like the perfect opponent. It sucks, but yeah. Yeah, like Gabe Bell said, it really appeared there was no mid-card heels for Randy to get a W over. I think a match against Del Rio would have got the same idea across, and the IC champ didn't have to take a loss. Yeah, that's true, but what is Del Rio going to go out there and talk about? That's the thing. At least The Miz was out there for some reason. Del Rio, he would just be out there in his underwear doing what? At least Miz is out there in his underwear doing an interview. So, speaking of Randy Orton's opponent, Brock Lesnar, it was revealed that Brock Lesnar will not be suspended for the WWE for taking estrogen blockers, even though estrogen blockers is one of the banned substances in the WWE, because he's a part-timer. And so since he doesn't work a full-time schedule, the performance this is so stupid. The WWE policy only only occurs for people who are full-time employees, not part-time. Whatever. So stupid. You wonder why we don't take your suspension violation any seriously, WWE's, because shit like this. Brock Lesnar doesn't get suspended at all. Oh, we need it for SummerSlam, super bad. Fuck off. Brock Lesnar should be suspended. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm like the only one that thinks this, but like if your full-time employees have to follow the fucking rules, why do your part-time employees get more fucking better treatment? That's fucked up. I'm sorry. You have this thing where saying your full-time employees should not get this at all. But your part-timers, they can break all the rules. They can do whatever the fuck they like. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, man. I'm just talking about standards. WWE has no freaking standards. Everyone's like, Mark Hunt's going on over here bitching about the UFC. I fought the cheetah. I fought the cheetah. Fuck off, Mark Hunt. You feel like your shit gets wrecked? Okay, Mark Hunt, I know you're not watching. I know you don't pay attention and you think wrestling's fake and everything. But Mark Hunt, here's the thing. And all to all these MMA fucking bots. There's more injuries in professional wrestling every year than an actual MMA fight. The only time MMA fighters really get injured inside of a fight is if they fuck up on a leg kick. When it comes down to it, most MMA fighters get hurt in training camp doing stuff outside of MMA than the actual MMA shit. There's more injuries in professional wrestling. Mark Hunt's over here bitching and moaning, oh, Brock Lesnar could have injured me. Mark Hunt, you little fucking bitch, try to do a fake wrestling match with him where you have to actually script entertainment. It's hard. And so now you have it where Brock Lesnar can go out there and suplex Randy Orton. He can take all the fucking steroids in the world. Fuck off, WWE. You don't give a fuck about your talent. You only care about fucking money. You're like the UFC. Seriously, if you actually gave a fuck about what happened to Brock Lesnar, you would suspend his ass. You would have to move the SummerSlam match. You would actually have to try to tell a fucking story. But no, because it affects your business. It affects your cash cow. So you're not going to fucking do it. It's such a double standard. Your fucking employees, your full-time employees have to follow these stupid rules, but yet someone like Brock Lesnar can do whatever the fuck he wants? No wonder why Cena wants a part-time freaking contract. Maybe he wants to start juicing too. Or continue juicing. I don't know. Seriously, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I know people are not going to agree with me saying Brock needs to still wrestle, but fuck off. Brock shouldn't be wrestling at SummerSlam. No, he should be suspended. Shouldn't be wrestling. The fact that this motherfucker is allowed to wrestle is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't care. Chase, fuck you, Chase. You don't know what you're saying. Oh, wow. Fuck WWE then for making a stupid wellness policy. How about that? Maybe you should actually fucking make a rule and stick to it for once. But Brock Lesnar's a part-time employee. And fuck him. Seriously. And fuck Mark Hunt, too. You can lead the UFC. No one's going to miss you. Gonna be dead honest here. No one's going to miss Mark Hunt. You're a 12-10 fighter. You do nothing but knock out guys. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, it's bad when you knock out guys and casual fans don't even know who the fuck you are. At least casual fans know motherfuckers who knock out people. You knock out people on a constant, and no one knows who the fuck you are. I don't care if he leaves. Anyways, enough with the Brock Lesnar rant aside. You know, I had to let that out. It's just ridiculous that they're not going to suspend him. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Why won't they suspend him? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, time to talk about the WWE Championship storyline for SmackDown Live. So SmackDown kicked off the same as Raw, which I kind of felt didn't do it any favors. Like, yeah, the Raw guys were on the entrance ramp and the SmackDown guys were surrounding the ring, but it kind of felt like copy and paste. I mean, seriously, that's what it felt like. It was like copy and paste, like, hey, we're going to announce a big match, and they're going to step up and introduce themselves like they're children in a classroom or something. It was like, why? Couldn't SmackDown think of a more innovative way to kick off their show? It just felt like the same as Raw. So I felt like that didn't help SmackDown any in trying to make it feel like a better show than Raw, because it felt like the beginning was just copy and paste from Monday Night Raw. It was just like, you know, Mick Foley's in the ring, and Mick Foley has all the wrestlers up on the ramp, and then they all step up and say, what's up? You know, SmackDown, they just had it around the ring apron. It was just a little bit different. Didn't really help SmackDown any, y'all. But they announced a six-pack challenge. Winner will go on to face Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. Of course, John Cena's in it. Of course, AJ Styles is in it. Baron Corbin's in this match. I was like, oh, wow, Baron Corbin. Dolph Ziggler's in this match. Bray Wyatt's in this match. But the sixth and final participant will be taking place right here, right now in a battle royale. Good luck to all of you. Garbage Man was in this battle royale. I had to turn away from the screen for a minute. It was making me puke. But ultimately, the final three were Ryder, Kane, and Apollo Crews. Yeah! And ultimately, Apollo Crews won. Yeah! Oh, I was marking out. I'm going to be dead honest. When the opening of SmackDown happened and Apollo Crews and Women of Kane, I was like, yeah! I was so happy. So happy. Apollo Crews, one of the Chase Oliver favorites. Love the Yeah Man. I love the leader of the Yeah movement. Apollo Crews, that should be his gimmick. Just going, yeah! So, yeah. And then we get on to the main event match. The six-pack challenge, I'll say this. It was a good clusterfuck. Like, it started off okay, but then it got lazy. It was like, then everyone's like, fuck it. Let's just do all our finishers, man. Like, one thing I took a note from the six-pack challenge was that Baron Corbin got a lot, and I mean a lot of offense in this match. I was surprised how much offense Baron Corbin got. Like, he was one of them guys who had one of the most offense in this match. Like, I was just like, it was him and it was Ziggler that had the most offense. So when I was watching this match and I saw Baron Corbin getting as much offense as he did, I remember I talked about it in my Battleground review. Don't be surprised if Baron Corbin gets a world championship match because of his size and everything like that. I was like, oh man, Baron Corbin, dude, he might win this match. And I remember I called it. And I would have been fine if Corbin during the headlights would have won. But yeah, Corbin got a lot of offense in this match. Apollo Crews, they did their best at making Apollo Crews look good. Like, I'll say this, not as good as Baron Corbin. Like I said, Baron Corbin got a lot of offense in, but he did some cool stuff. Like, he was able to hit the cruise control or whatever he's calling his spin-out powerbomb finish on Corbin, which is really cool because Cena struggled to hit the AA on Corbin on the first attempt. So they at least made Crews look really good against Baron Corbin. So that was good to know. AJ Styles and John Cena kind of didn't really do much this match. They kind of just like, I don't want to steal Apollo Crews' name here, but they kind of just cruised to the finish. They were just like, yeah, we'll do our spots later. We'll just stand outside and punch people for a bit. Bray Wyatt, honestly, Bray Wyatt didn't really add anything for me. Like, he didn't really add anything to me whatsoever. He just kind of was there. He would break up pinfalls every once in a while. But, yeah, so those just the little points of, like, who was kind of being featured a lot. It was just like Baron Corbin was being featured a lot. Like, I was just like, God damn, Baron Corbin. So much offense this guy's getting in this match. But like I said, the match, it was okay. It was an okay main event. You know, it was passable at least. It was just kind of felt like, hey, we're going to do this, and then it's going to be a finisher fest and all that other stuff. Funny note of the match, too, when AJ Styles, I think he had Bray Wyatt down, and he was going to go off the springboard. Some guy yelled 450 and shit like that. So it was actually pretty funny. And AJ hit the 450, obviously. So yeah. Anyways, moving on forward. Talking about now the winner of the 6-pack challenge. So the end of the match comes when literally, I'm not making this up, just so you know, the man who runs this place, John Cena, coming into the ring and giving us a sneak peek of what he's going to do to a lot of these idiots. He hits an AA. I hated this so fucking much, man. I hated this shit so much, man. Cena comes in and he goes, AA to Cruz, AA to this person, to Wyatt, AA, he's about to AA Corbin. And so then I thought, oh, is this going to be the end of the match here? Like, Corbin's going to break out the AA, hit the end of days and everything like that, and maybe pin Cena because, like, you know, WWE's been doing crazy stuff as of late, so maybe they're going to do the same to Corbin. Nah, Cena just struggled a bit. Corbin was about to do something, and Cena showed the strength of John Cena, and he goes and freaking AAs him. AJ Styles, phenomenal forearm, and then afterwards, super kick by Dolph Ziggler. 1, 2, wait, AJ kick out. AJ kick out. 3. Wait, what? God, bring it on! They hear you! They hear you! Oh, God. It's 2016. And Dolph Ziggler is going for the WWE chip. What the fuck? Oh, my God, man. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw Ziggler pinned AJ out of all people in the world. Like I literally thought Corbin was going to win this match. Once Baron Corbin was announced for this match, I thought Baron Corbin was winning because, you know, WWE, their whole new era thing. I felt that it would have fit best if Baron Corbin or Apollo Crews would have won this match because it's like, hey, I mean, you're giving Finn Balor the title shot anyways. Ziggler. No, they give it to Ziggler. It just makes no sense. Like, what has Ziggler really done? I mean, Baron Corbin, at least you could say, well, he's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You can shove that down people's throats and make it sound special all you want. Crews, it's more of a little shove. You don't know what to really say about Apollo Crews. But Ziggler, what is he going to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't think WWE was going to go back to Dean versus Bray Wyatt so soon. I think they knew how bad that feud was before. I think Dean versus Bray would have just been a waste of time. And we all know AJ and Cena were going to feud anyways. But really, like, Ziggler goes on and he pins AJ Styles to to become the number one contender to the WWE Championship. Now, one of the things, like, don't get me wrong, I always think Ziggler is good. I don't think Ziggler is bad at all. I always thought Ziggler is a good talent. It's just that right now, I don't feel like Dolph Ziggler is that type of guy that should be going for the WWE Championship. Like, I just don't feel like he should be going for the WWE Championship right now. You want to build this up during the fall time where you have nothing interesting going on because you know football's on, and a lot of fans lose interest around the fall time because school comes back and everything like that. Work schedule kind of ramp up a little bit because there's no more summer vacations for them to take. It's like, at least like do it during the fall time, but for SummerSlam, one of your biggest shows, this is like the championship match we're going to get. Now, I feel like SmackDown was kind of stuck because, no offense to Dean Ambrose, this is nothing against Dean Ambrose. Like, I feel SmackDown, if they had their choice, they'd much rather have it where it's AJ Styles versus John Cena for the belt than a Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the title. Like, if WWE was, let's be quite honest here, I wish that they had it where they would have given the WWE title to one of the Raw guys, and then the Universal Championship would be between AJ Styles and John Cena. But, you know, the booking changed, and they wanted the Universal title probably on Raw. And so now SmackDown is getting, you know, the WWE Championship. Now, when it comes down to it, the question is with this Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler feud is that both are fan favorites. Both have, you know, the crowd behind them a little bit. Both seem to like them. So which one is turning heel? Which one turning heel would benefit them more in the long run? Now, as you guys know, when it comes to me, I always say this. If someone's going to make a character change to some big effect, they have to win the match that makes them change to that character. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Why did they turn heel? Why did they turn babyface if it didn't do anything for them? So when it comes down to it, when I look at Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, I have to say to myself, which one is going to turn heel here for a moment? Because either one has a legit reason that you can make into a heel, but which one do you want more as a heel? You see, with Ziggler, on one hand, you give a challenger that would actually, as a heel, he's been a heel in the past. He won't get booed all that much, but he's been a heel in the past. And I feel like that Ziggler as a heel can be a good opposing person to Dean Ambrose. But do I really want to see Ziggler as a heel? Not really. I don't feel like Dolph Ziggler as a heel would bring anything different to SmackDown Live post Dean Ambrose. Because keep in mind, we don't just have to think about, you know, just Dean Ambrose, like of his career on SmackDown. We also have to think about Dolph Ziggler's career. I feel Dolph Ziggler as a heel on SmackDown won't bring anything to the table because I feel like he'll just go back to being IC irrelevant. Now, of course, you know, WWE can do a bunch of feuds with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. No, let's not say that again. Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler, because it's like, you know, they have the Backlash pay-per-view coming September 11th, which, by the way, I think is inappropriate name for a September 11th show. Backlash, really? But I'm just thinking, like, which one benefits the heel turn more? Is it Dolph Ziggler or is it Dean Ambrose? Because I feel right now we don't really have a good heel champion. And I feel with Ambrose's character, he would benefit the most from a heel turn. Like, I feel Ambrose as a heel, he would benefit a lot more from it. I feel like we would get better TV with Dean Ambrose as a heel, in my personal opinion. But the problem is, you know, Dean Ambrose will be too entertaining, and so the fans are going to really cheer him and boo him and everything like that. So maybe it is the best interest of turning Ziggler heel, because I think Gabe L said it, or someone said it, Colton Burke. Ziggler might as well turn heel because Ambrose is a bit more over at the moment. Yeah, you know, maybe that is the road they're going to go. But I just wonder if that's the best route for Dolph Ziggler. Like, if that's the best route to turn heel and be a heel on the SmackDown Live roster, because I feel like, you know, he has more babyface potential on that show than really heel potential. That's just me. That's just me when it comes down to it. But, you know, Ziggler versus Ambrose, look, I would have preferred if they would have went with Corbin or Cruz, because it at least pushes the whole this is a new era gimmick on us. But honestly, it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, I've seen more terrible decisions by the WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's weird seeing Ambrose, seeing this, like, you know, it's weird seeing Ambrose and Ziggler, you know, going for the world title, especially in 2016. But let's see where this leads. You know, at least it was unpredictable. You know, I mean, unpredictability could be good or bad. This was more of a unpredictability type of thing. But yeah, at least a bit unpredictable. I kind of wish they went with the triple threat, actually, to be honest, like Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, and John Cena. That would have been a fun matchup. I would have liked that, to be honest. So Dolph Ziggler being number one contender, it's kind of head scratching. It's not really rant worthy because it's just so out of left field. You didn't see it coming, but it's just more of like, what do you feel like is like the purpose of this? Do you feel like Ziggler will benefit becoming a heel and just doing nothing on SmackDown after he loses the championship matches? Like, unless Dolph Ziggler wins the WWE Championship, his heel turn won't mean anything. That's my belief on anything. If you're going to turn to one side of the fence, your turn has to mean something. So we'll have to wait and see. So we'll take some questions about some SmackDown Live right now. And if you guys have any questions, Dolph Ziggler becoming number one contender, all that other stuff, what I think will happen at Backlash, because that's a SmackDown only pay-per-view, SmackDown Live there, John. And so just let me know. Send in your questions. I'll respond to as much as I can, and then I have to get out of here and get ready for that thing called work. You know, I have one of those weird shifts today. I start at 6. Don't you hate those shifts, man? Like 6 o'clock, that's a weird shift. Like I like just relaxing, and then when 6 o'clock hits, it's all of a sudden like, man, I have to work. It's just like, just disgusting to me. Absolutely disgusting. Excited, man. The NFL and college football are back. Speaking of, for all you NFL fans, I'll be doing NFL videos starting in August, so pretty soon coming up. So I'll have some like NFL team season previews and everything like that. Hopefully, preseason doesn't fuck them up too much. We don't get any terrible preseason injuries, but I'll have some NFL videos for you guys. So if you guys are NFL fans, make sure you guys be on the lookout for those. I'm going to be honest here. I'll try to stay as consistent as possible with the NFL as much as I can. It's just, you know, when you work and everything like that, and then you also talk about wrestling and other sports on this channel, it's really hard. So Gary Bell says, I would have loved to see Styles, Cena, and Ambrose in a triple threat, but I think part of the reason they do it is Ambrose is just one of a totally different triple threat. Yeah, exactly, because Ambrose already did a triple threat match, so they're going to put him in another one. And, you know, SmackDown's all about the talent. Like, how does that make you care about your world champion if you're going to just put them in a triple threat? You know, that makes no sense. Yeah, Andrew Purpose is back with the Suns. I was reading some NBA grades that I missed. So, Troy Witt asks, what do you think about Alexa Bliss? Do you think she can be a star in the women's division? I do think she can. Oh, yeah, I think Alexa Bliss has the look of a star for sure. It still needs to work on the microphone a little bit. She's not like the most perfect on the mic, but she's not bad. But she's easy on the eye. She's good looking. You know, is she one of the hottest girls on the roster? It depends on your type of women, to be honest. Like, there's like certain girls where it's like universally like, yeah, they're hot type of girls, like, you know, like the Eva Marie's and the Lanas of the world. But Alexa Bliss, she definitely could have her fan base. She definitely could have a good appeal to her. I think she is really good looking. So honestly, I feel like she can be a star in the women's division. But one of the things too now with the women, you can't just be good looking and get by. You need to also be able to wrestle. She's decent enough in the ring. She's still a little bit raw. Not as raw as some other women like a Dana Brooke or a Nia Jax, but she definitely still needs that improvement in the ring. Like she's had some women's title matches, and she's only been decent in those showings. So we have to wait and see on the NXT side of things. Colton Burke asks, do you see Ziggler losing to Ambrose because I can't see him taking the belt at SummerSlam? I don't see. Wait, do you see Ziggler losing to Ambrose? Because, like, what are you asking, Colton Burke? Ambrose is gonna win. I'll just answer it that way because the question kind of confused me a little bit there. Straight Shooter asks, "What do you think? Who do you think the Miz should lose the IC title to?" Yeah, that's who he should lose it to. Gooner AFC 49 asks, are you digging Natalya as a heel? Not really, to be honest. Like, she's all right. Like, Natalya can wrestle. I'm not trying to say Natalya is bad as a wrestler. It's just personality-wise, she always has that resting bitch face to me. You know what I'm saying? That resting bitch. You guys know girls with those resting bitch faces where you just feel like they're never happy. And Natalya has always had that for me. And so, like, I like her as a heel doesn't bring anything different. I just feel like she's a baby face, except she talks a little bit more in her matches. That's just me. Troy Witt, Peyton Royce is on. Oh, yeah, Peyton Royce. That's another one to look at. I personally think Bray is taking the title off Dean Ambrose, says Troy Witt. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I don't think Bray Wyatt's ever going to touch a championship. Gabe Bell asks, who does Benjamin come in and face? Corbin, The Miz. Straight Shooters asks, what do you think WWE should do with Shelton Benjamin when he debuts on SmackDown? I grouped those two together and stuff like that. So, I think Benjamin should come in and face The Miz. I think it would be a good reintroducing feud to him. You know, a little IC title feud, get The Miz going a little bit. And I feel like Shelton Benjamin, he should be there to either tag team with Apollo Crews, just because you're like, hey, we have nothing for Apollo Crews. Let's just put Shelton Benjamin and him together because that could be a fun little tag team. Or you just have Shelton Benjamin goes for the IC title, maybe wins it and then drops it to someone, turns heel, or stays as a babyface. Who knows? I think he'll be a good fit for anyone. Troy, if you watch Total Divas, she's exactly like that. She's a huge bitch. Yeah, no, I watched Total Divas, so I can tell you she always has that resting bitch face. Draven G asks, who do you see Bray working with at SummerSlam? That's a great question, because like some of the guys that you thought he would work with, they're all kind of taken. I could see him working with maybe Apollo Crews, because he could run off saying that you smile too much for me. I don't like the smiles that you give me, Crews. I need you to stop smiling. Your smiling's too white for this world where it's all black. So maybe Bray Wyatt can cut a promo on Apollo Crews' smile. I swear, if that shit happens, I'm going to fucking ask for my royalty check, WWE, because I'm tired of you stealing my shit, WWE. I'm tired of you doing it. It's annoying me. Joe James asks, do you think SD is more of the show? We need to wait on them for to build up guys like Corbin? Yeah, SD's kind of like that show, I guess you could say. But the problem is SD has a lot of established guys like Styles, Cena, The Miz, Randy Orton, stuff like that. So I guess like there's some the young talent on SmackDown are definitely more, no pun intended, more raw than the talent on Raw. You know, like they're just not really there yet. They haven't hit their full potential. Like Corbin and Crews, they haven't hit their full potential yet. You know, but when it comes to the Raw side of things, you know where Rollins is at in his career. You know where Roman Reigns is at in his career. Finn Balor, you know, I still feel like he has ways to go for going for a world title, but you kind of know where he's going to be projected to. But Corbin and Crews, you just don't know that projection track. So really, to be honest here, I think they'll have time before we'll see it. Straight Shooter asks, do you think SmackDown will be better in the long term? Yes, I do think SmackDown will be better in the long term, because I feel like they're not rushing their stars. That's just me. Troy Witt asks, what do you think about Rhino showing up? I personally don't think it was necessary, and he definitely wasn't the hottest free agent. Oh, how dare you. Like I said, I felt Rhino fits better on Raw than SmackDown. I feel like he's more of a Raw guy and stuff like that. Who do you think Baron Corbin should face at Summerfest, or aka SummerSlam? Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. Honestly, if you can't find someone for him right now, don't book him on SummerSlam. Just kind of have him on SmackDown, because like here's the thing with the brand split now, and you're having the pay-per-views being coexisted for like the big four again. You can't like to me personally, Baron Corbin doesn't need to be on every single pay-per-view. As long as he's on every SmackDown show, that's fine. As long as he's on every SmackDown show, I don't care. But he doesn't need to be at SummerSlam, because as long as he just booked strong on SmackDown and he has a good match at Backlash, I feel like that's important, because he's still building. Like, why force Baron Corbin on the stage like SummerSlam if he's not going to necessarily do that well? I mean, I guess you could do a Corbin and Crews feud, but at the same time, both of these guys are still kind of building up. You kind of want to save that match for a bigger show, in my personal opinion, when both of these guys actually have, you know, fanfare behind them and everything like that. So that's what I would do. It better not be Bray versus the Demon Kane. Oh, just imagine if Demon Kane and Demon Finn Balor were facing for the titles. Oh, so many demons, Mago. So many demons, Mago. The Demon Kane, Mago. Oh, Rhino versus Corbin. Oh God, bring that NXT feud back up. Oh no, Troy, he's not bad at all. He said it's good. I just wish there was more comedy. Oh, Draven G, Jinder Mahal. Yeah, he's coming back on the Raw brand. Jinder Mahal is back, and Kurt Hawkins, he's going to be on the Smackdown. That's kind of random. That would be a funny little Smackdown feud. Kurt Hawkins trying to get like Zack Ryder back from the Hype Bros. He tries to beat up Mojo Rawley and stuff. And he tries to tell Zack Ryder you don't need to stay hype at all. That'd be a fun little. That sounds like a fun little Smackdown feud, doesn't it? Like Kurt Hawkins beating up Mojo Rawley and stuff. MVP coming back to SD. Oh wow! Now here's where people are gonna be like, they're gonna make a new nation. You got MVP, Apollo Crews, and Shelton Benjamin. Oh, it's gonna be a new nation, and American Alpha can join, and Gable can be like Owen Hart. I read Rhino is teaming with Kurt Hawkins, but that could have been false. That wouldn't be a bad tag team, to be honest. Joe James, the HD roster got exposed in the Battle Royale. Yeah. That was another thing, too. Like, when you put that Battle Royale on, you kind of made the SD roster not look as good as the Raw roster. Draven G, Carlito to Raw, maybe, if Carlito comes back. And the only two that wish that will happen are the Shining Stars, because those guys low-key kill it in their promos. But, really, to be honest, like, no one cares unless Carlito's with them. No one's going to jump on the bandwagon until Carlito comes to the fold, so. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. All righty then. So, a couple more questions, then I got to wrap it up and stuff like that. Colin Burke says, Demon Kane versus Demon Balor versus Taker for the title. Oh, Mago. So many demons. Devil's favorite demons right there, Mago. How would you make up for SD Thin roster if you were booking asked by Joe James? How would I make up for it? Is really, to be honest, show off all my top guys as much as I can until I get enough bottom guys ready for the top guys. Like, so I know it sounds annoying, but I'd make sure my top guys are always the ones featured. I don't care. I would spread out my top guys throughout the show. I'll have AJ Styles, beat up some people. I would actually have AJ Styles. I actually was kind of thinking about this at work. Sometimes I get bored at work and, there's nothing to do. So I was actually thinking about this. How perfect would Baron Corbin be with the club? You guys don't have to like the idea. I thought it was a stupid idea, to be honest. Like, not all my ideas that I think of are good ideas, to be honest. I think of dumb ideas, too. We're all human. But I was thinking to myself, Baron Corbin, a part of the club, would be so perfect because he would just fit perfectly. And this guy would be such a hypocrite. He calls himself the Lone Wolf, but yet he joins the club. I feel like he has like the club look to him and everything like that. I feel like AJ Styles recruiting him and AJ Styles just kind of having that big heater would be really good for Corbin and would help out Corbin in the long run. So really, to be honest here, I was thinking that maybe Baron Corbin, a part of the club, like that could help Baron Corbin out a little bit. Apollo Crews is just kind of like, maybe give it where he's like John Cena's best friend on the roster type of deal, where Apollo Crews is just like, yeah, and Cena's like, yeah, Cruz, I like you and stuff like that. Stuff like that could help the thin roster out, kind of show friendships and stuff like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Baron Corbin in the club? Like, I don't know. I just felt like he could fit. It's kind of a dumb idea because his old gimmick, he doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. But I feel like it would help him out in the career, especially just being a part of a group with AJ Styles. I mean, fans will maybe start to like him a little bit more. He'll kind of be like Diesel and AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Maybe they could do it with Ziggler. Maybe Ziggler and Corbin were just feuding for a bit, but they're really good buddies. That would be really stupid, though. That would be definitely really stupid, but yeah. So I was just kind of thinking ideas how you could get Baron Corbin and Cruz over. Those are the two guys that, that need to get over from the SmackDown draft. That's why I kind of wish Neville was also on SmackDown. Like, also, what did Kalisto do? Yeah, so. Draven G says the new SmackDown theme sounds like the opening to Power Rangers. I don't know. Nah, it wasn't fun enough to be a Power Rangers theme, man. Disagree. Straight Shooter asks, you can guess that Simon got Gotch. Oh, yeah, Sin Cara kicked the fuck out of him. Dude, don't fuck with Sin Cara, dude. Sin Cara will fuck you up. Hunico, the bunny, I don't care what you call it, man. That motherfucker has fucked up how many people? Like, how many backstage fights have we read in the past few years, and it's always Sin Cara? Like, didn't Hunico beat the fuck out of Sheamus, too? Don't fuck with Hunico, man. That dude will fuck you up. Maybe that's why Vince keeps them around, because he knows this guy can beat up all the little bitches. He don't fuck around. Maybe Vince tried to fire Hunico, and Hunico's like, oh, I don't think you want to do that, boy. And then he just fucking punched Vince in the face. Hunico will fuck you up. All right, Troy went Kalisto's promo. I'm gonna do the a good lucha thing. Just right. Oh my god, man! I just thought that was so random, man. Kornberg says, I think Corbin in the club could help his career and in-ring knowledge in the long run. Yeah, man. Hey, just remember, guys. I bet you Hunico could beat up Brock Lesnar's ass, man. Hunico beat up Sheamus. He can beat up Brock Lesnar. Why not? Don't mess with fucking Hunico, man. Don't mess with Sin Cara. The new Sin Cara ain't no bitch like the old Sin Cara, man. Well, I don't know if you can really say new Sin Cara anymore. Why did Dolph have to pin AJ, though? That's why upset my ass so much. I don't know. I don't know why Dolph pinned AJ. Like, Bray Wyatt normally is the fall guy in a lot of these matches, so I don't know why Dolph pinned AJ. That made no sense to me either, man. Like that right there, I was just like, why? Why give Ziggler a pinfall over the phenomenal one? That just made no sense. Joe James asks, who would you bring outside of WWE onto SmackDown? Well, I like Shelton Benjamin. I do definitely like MVP if he's gonna come on over. Outside of WWE, who I would bring to SmackDown? Honestly, if Matt Hardy is down to do some broken ass Matt Hardy on SmackDown, I would enjoy that. Like he goes on and feuds with John Cena and talks about deleting John Cena. Like he'll be like, brother Felix Anthony, you have been tormenting professional wrestling. Like one day Cena's wrestling a match, and then the Vanguard V1 flies into the fucking arena. Vanguard won. That would be great. If they would do that, I'd be so down for Broken Matt Hardy to be on SmackDown. I think he would fit perfectly on the SmackDown. But Raw, not so much. Raw, I feel like you have with your pieces and stuff like that. But for John Cena to have a funny-ass feud with Matt Hardy and maybe having a final deletion, and you don't use WWE edits for it. You let Matt Hardy edit this himself, because Matt Hardy does a great job at making like shitty themes look super duper good. And you just have a final deletion match. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Broken Matt Hardy is one of them. Honestly, not a big fan of the Young Bucks, but if you can bring them, I think them on SmackDown would be kind of a cool thing to have, just to kind of be like AJ Styles little heaters. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Young Bucks would actually be kind of cool to help out SmackDown. So, yeah. So those are guys that I was thinking. But how funny would it be a Broken Matt Hardy and John Cena feud? That shit would be absolutely hilarious. I'm being dead serious. Broken Matt Hardy is probably one of the best characters ever. Troy Wood, I see Adam Cole Morris going on NXT and then being a Raw guy down the line. I don't see him as a SmackDown guy. He's more of a Raw talent to me. A couple more questions. Gooner AFC 49 asks, what is your opinion on Hunter Hearst Helmsley not getting a son after 4 tries? It's his birthday, damn it. So maybe Hunter Hearst Helmsley can finally on the 5th get a son. Happy birthday, Triple H. Love you. Draven G says Hunico probably kicked Mystico's ass easily. Probably did, man. Troy Witt asks, they need to get Charlie Haas out of retirement. Can you imagine the match between them and American Alpha? Boy, a one-off. Yeah, a one-off. Like just a one-off. Because like if I'm Charlie Haas and I see Jackie, I'm not on retiring, man. You get to be with Jackie all the time. Yeah, I'm good. Brother Cena, I knew you'd come. Broken Matt Hardy's such a SmackDown gimmick, right, guys? Like that shit wouldn't work on Raw because you already have this shit. You already have enough guys. But dude, Broke him out hard on SmackDown. Just the potential feuds with like Cena, Orton, and AJ would just be so great and hilarious, man. It'd be so great. He's like him and Lashley are like the only two reasons why I keep watching TNA. Just those two alone are like the main reasons why I keep watching TNA. So who is Triple H going to be behind since two Golden Boys are facing each other for the title at SummerSlam? Well, Draven G, Triple H is jacking off to this. He's not behind anyone. He's so happy. He's jacking off, and he's like, "Gee, I told you, Vince. I told you. I knew I saw star potential in both of these guys. This is awesome, right, Vince?" He's jacking his own freaking dick off. He has his ego going. He's all happy and shit. He's not backing anyone. He's behind both of them. He's taking both from behind. He's all like, "Yeah, my boys." It's like the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club love facing each other. The Triple H Golden Children love facing each other, man. They love facing each other. Joe James asks, Joe needs to go to SD when he's called up. Yeah, he's definitely an SD guy. Samoa Joe on Raw, no. SmackDown, yeah, I can see the colors fitting. There's certain guys that look like SmackDown guys, and there's certain guys that look like Raw guys. Like, no, not to lie here, it was so weird seeing John Cena on SmackDown. Like, when I was actually watching Raw Monday, I was like, I feel like there's something missing. And then I saw Cena on SmackDown, and I'm like, that's what's missing from Raw, because I'm so used to Cena being on Raw and everything like that, because it's been like, because he was drafted there in 2005, and he was always a consistent person on that brand for so many years. So it's just like, I'm just so used to it. I really felt Triple H was in charge of Raw Monday because he loves spending, he loves Sasha. Oh yeah, Troy White, he was definitely in charge. Kadeem Simon asks, if I get Rusev versus Reigns, I'm going okay with SummerSlam. Oh yeah, that'd be good. I would like a Rusev versus Reigns match. Troy White, if he did, holy fuck, he needs to be in charge every week. Oh, we have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for sending in questions and tuning in to this late SmackDown live review. Quick little update for you guys. I might do a little thing after the post-Raw rundown this Monday and just review Raw, just for a quick little thing, just on my channel type of deal, just to get my full thoughts on Monday Night Raw and everything like that. SmackDown live review will be coming Tuesday. I do not work next week on Tuesday, so it will be coming Tuesday night for you guys. Thank you all very much for tuning into this episode. Hope you guys enjoy. I have a Q&A coming out later this week and a bunch of other stuff coming out, so hope you guys are looking forward to those. Thank you all very much. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys are new. Comment down below any thoughts that I said in this video. Enjoy your day, guys. Peace.